Sometimes if I lose my cool or I've lost my way, I realise it's because I have no longer focused on my inner state, and I'm drawn to the 10,000 things that they talk about in the secret of the golden flower, the external world. We become completely lost in it. We basically, if we lose our connection with our inner self, we lose our equanimity. And what do I mean by equanimity? I mean our even-mindedness, our ability to have inner harmony, to find this inner equilibrium that we need. These are very important words if we want to find contentment, because our lives, are they not, are always drawn outward. You know, you look at advertising, you look at all the things that people demand of you, all that life demands of you, all the time. It's taking you away from your natural balance, your natural equanimity, your natural even-mindedness. So it's important as spiritual people that we retain that, we keep coming back to it and know its importance. So we have to, you know, we kind of keep losing our cool, don't we, because of this, you know. We don't have ease of heart, you know. That's what we're perhaps looking for when we think we're looking for things outside. So it's about becoming right in the middle of all these extremes, you know, instead of bouncing up and down on an emotional trampoline all the time, or seeking this extreme or that extreme. Somehow we've got to find that middle. In a way, we've got to become detached. But detachment is not a sort of closing down to the world. It's not a denial of the world. It's a fact that you're just not allowing yourself to jump between two extremes all the time. I mean, I do. You know, we all do. We all lose our equanimity. We all lose our inner harmony and balance sometimes. But if we see the bigger picture of things, perhaps it's important to see that all these minor leaps that we take in ourselves are unimportant. That when we come back to the middle, we can perhaps see the bigger picture of the mind and its irrational leaps between things, and maybe find that inner peace, that inner equanimity, that inner balance. We treat life far too seriously. Perhaps we should just see it all as a game of life that we simply play. It's a game we play. It's a play. It's just an illusion, and all the rest of it, all the peace, everything we need, is maybe not out there at all, but it's in here somehow. It's in our inner self. And if that inner self is in a state of balance, then we may understand that life truly is a game and we can play it.
But I just feel she's in a better place.
I agree.
Better place. And so one has to feel, you know, my darling, you know, your wishes come true.
And he's given me the feeling that at the end, there's something I've put into the coffin with him, he's saying here, something that was very emotionally significant to you. And you wrote something that was poetic with it, because I feel as if I put something poetic. It's only a stanza of a verse. It's about 4 lines.
Oh, that's true. Both these people, everything they said about the stuff they talked about, they were accurate. They are the real deal, and it kind of blew my mind a little bit. I'm not a mind blower, you know, by nature, but you know, it was real, and all crap aside, it was real.
Fascinating. Remember, our psychic mediums have never met the people in these circles and know nothing about them. While the crew sets up for Craig's seance, let's see what the participants of Jane's seance thought of what just happened.
Well, I suppose I wasn't really quite sure what to expect when I came. It was different.
It was interesting to me to find out that Diana came across so strongly as knowing what I was doing. And that came across very clearly in what she said to me. and that she was there and that she knew the work I was doing. That was quite powerful for me. Even the one who calls himself a cynic was very much part of it.
I found it terribly hard to relate the Diana I knew to being a spirit. And I used to see her regularly, sometimes 3 times a week, sometimes twice a day. And I'm a shocking cynic, but I did feel something during that. And there were 1 or 2 things that came out which only Diana and I perhaps knew. So perhaps I'm not quite so cynical.
Another remarkable séance. I wonder if the people at Craig's séance will be as convinced and enthusiastic as those who sat at Jane's. Let's find out.
It was very interesting, though, and it was very nice to see how everybody else was going, hey, yeah, wow. That was kind of cool that happened, too, because nobody had any idea who was who and what was what, so there was nothing set up, and we knew nothing that was going to happen next. So.
Oh, I found it fascinating.
Certainly the questions that were being put to us, or the comments that were made to us. If your memory was 100%, you could remember every one of those occasions that he spoke about, you know, right down to the nitty-gritty in the kitchens with the children. It all made sense, you know.
And the pear drops were definitely something. I mean, we used to buy them specially and have them in the office so that she could have them whenever she wanted them. And it was always, don't tell anybody, I'm not supposed to have these, you know. So that was fantastic. It actually blew my mind.
There was a contact there on everything he said.